The administration of the Grand Dunes entry system is incredibly easy. Everything is stored locally on the entry system mounted at the building. There's nothing cloud-based. All you need is a network connection and a computer that can access the entry system via browser and a simple login, and you can administrate the entire thing. We'll simply go in here and show you the entire system and all the features that it has. Once we are logged in, on the left-hand navigation pane we have the name list, the end call time, the global application settings, sub-administrators list, data backup, the phone system restore, our screensaver settings, our inbound routes, our outbound routes, and our trunks for configuring the call servers. This is where we would configure our cellular, our POTS line, or our SIP VoIP connections. We can pull the call records. We can see what apps are connected for the Grand Dunes application, so we can do any troubleshooting. We can also see our SIP channels and our SIP registry if we were to troubleshoot a VoIP line. IAX2 peers if we have any of those. We can also control our firewall settings for static IP addresses and the external IP address for SIP. If we wanted to simply search for a resident, we can just start typing and it's going to populate that list. If we wanted to edit that person, we simply click edit and we can simply change their name, change their unit numbers, change their phone numbers. We can add multiple phone numbers here and the system will do cascading of calls even if there is only one phone line. Here's where we can generate new unique app codes. As you can see, this device is not set up with the application. If they wanted to be set up with the application, we would simply provide them this number. If they had the application and wanted to be renewed or got a new phone, we would simply regenerate this unique code, which would break the connection to the old code and then allow them to do a new one, and then simply save it, and then this will update the Grand Dunes entry system with any of the fields that we have changed. End call time. This right here is how long we can control how long each guest and resident is allowed to talk to one another through the entry system. Our default is 1.5 minutes. We can make this as short or as long as we want. Our global application settings are here to basically determine, this is where we configure our static IP addresses, DIN DNS, our ports, so that the SIP files and the camera connections will work. This is essentially the provisioning file that the app will download from the server. Our sub-administration list is where we will create access for the customers and for VARs and contractors, which will limit fields over here to make it so nothing gets messed up and makes it easier to use. Data backup is very easy. We can export a database here within a matter of seconds. That database, if for instance anything happens to this back-end server, we can simply load a new server in it real quick, upload this file, and rebuild the entire entry system in a matter of minutes and have a customer back online and working. Call server. This is a modular system, so if the call server ever goes bad, we can go right here, click these 4 buttons after we install a new call server and rebuild the entire call server. Our screensaver control is right here. Our screensavers are very easy to administrate. Right here is where we control how long each image is displayed. We can view the images that we are displaying, and we can simply delete them very easily or upload them from a local machine. This way, if you have a retail first level, you can swap these images out monthly, charge for these images in advertisements, or do any sort of listing.